Hello, everybody. How are you guys doing? I am in a calm mode today because of the word God has put in my mouth today. I feel like we need this. A lot of us need to hear this a lot because our mouth can make or break. Hello, guys. You are welcome to another amazing episode on EWR Podcast. Don't forget that this platform is a platform for you to be expressive and a reality check. I'm your host, Imitezi Luchi Gloria, and I titled today's topic, Our Mouth Can Break or Make. And when I studied the Word of God today concerning this topic, God dropped the topic in my heart 2 weeks ago, and I was like, should I speak on it today? Should I not speak on it today? And studying the Word of God, few minutes, and trying to understand why God put this topic in my mouth because it was too specific for me to just do a casual reading on it. Even though I still did a casual reading, but I used my Bible to study, and I was scared. The fear of God grasped me. It was like an awakening to me. I felt like God wanted to remind me of something, and I paid attention to the word of God when He spoke to me. And He said today's topic is concerning the mouth, the words we speak. And a lot of us, we are guilty of it. A lot of times we say things, we don't try to understand what we are saying. Some of us just speak because we speak well. Some of us say things because we can talk, we can make a very good English. Our parents have given us the opportunity, and now we can go to school and learn how to speak amazing English language. So when we speak, everybody is like, oh, who is this young lady speaking? Who is this young man speaking? And we don't try to refine those words before saying it. And again, that is what I titled this topic, Our Mouths Can Make or Break. When I was studying about this topic using my Bible, two words came out, and it was a perverse mouth and a forward mouth. See, the pronunciation, learning this pronunciation was hard. And I think the Bible just has a way of educating us to new terms. I mean, I've heard this before, but I've not like tried to learn the pronunciation. So working on this topic, I did my best to learn it. So pardon me if I'm not still pronouncing it right. But I think I am. So the word is a pervert's mouth and a forward mouth. And what I read about this is something that I think a lot of us are guilty of, like I said earlier. The Bible said that is a mouth that destroys, a mouth that acts contrary to what is supposed, a mouth that does not consider what is right and what is wrong. Even the book of Luke 6, verse 45 made us to understand that good mouth, a good man, rather, the Bible used man, a good man out of the treasure of his good heart would build a good tongue. That is why the Bible made us to understand that out of the abundance of the mouth, out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaketh. So even the Bible differentiates that a man that harbors good in his heart would yield good results, will yield good behavior. Why a man that harbors evil in his heart will yield evil results, will yield evil deeds, evil behavior. So when I was working on this topic, it took me back to my primary school days. I remember having this really serious argument. That was a very serious argument to have as a child. And I remember calling someone a failure. And because the person was really dull as a child, but out of annoyance, I was talking to the person, and the next thing I said was failure. Even till now in my adult life, I still remember that girl. I still like I I am someone that experienced bullying and discrimination as a child. So I've seen it happen because I went to a boarding school. I know what discrimination and bullying look like, and I know what the words of youth, the words of children will do to somebody's self-esteem when you are growing up. We just say it, and we say it's out of ignorance, but those words can hurt somebody for a lifetime. Pastor Funke Ademujo's Pastor Funke, we know her. She said that there was a youth she met in her church, and because of the word her peers told, because of the things her peers said to her when she was growing up as a child, It stuck with her for years. Even it took a better part of her adulthood life. It took a better part of her adult life. And you would sit down and want to understand why did she take that word so seriously. And that is because the words of the mouth are very powerful. The proclamation of the mouth are very powerful. What we say with our mouth are very powerful. And when I go back to the when I go back to my friend that I used that word on her, and I try to understand what evil did I harbor to say those words to her. And a lot of times we say we have a good heart. A lot of times we say we are good people. But when you listen to the words that come out of your mouth, you would know that you need the intervention of God for you to speak right, for you to speak well, for you to bless. Even the Bible made us to understand that a heart that takes delight in curse, he shall be cursed. Even sometimes when we have been provoked, I want to do saying that we get bad maths pass. It's something I've been working on. I am a very blunt speaker. I would speak, and sometimes I go back to listening to my words and I'm not proud of them a lot of the time. So sometimes instead of me to speak, I would just beat down the situation. I would not take in the situation. I would try to distract myself from the situation, because I'm someone that if I feel like I'm being attacked, it's just a coping mechanism. I would just retaliate immediately. So what I do a lot of the time is that I distract myself from the situation, just because I don't want to go back to. There's something we even used to do when we were young. It was like a flex if you could bring somebody down with your mouth. I don't know if you guys would agree with me, but growing up in schools, as someone that went to a boarding school, all girls school, it was like a flex if you could bring somebody down with your mouth, if you could talk down on somebody. I remember speaking to my sister recently because she just graduated, and sometimes when she speaks, I see those traits and I'm like, no, you don't speak like that. You don't have to bring somebody down to feel like you have arrived. And that was something that was really common in my school that time. They were like, girls will legit bring you down just because they want to feel good about themselves. If there's anything I've learned about confidence, confidence is not by what you wear, it's not by how you look. They can add to your confidence, but confidence is something that comes from within. So you see people with the lowest quality of clothes, and when they speak, when they come out, you can smell, if it's possible, we can't smell confidence, but those people, you would smell it, you will feel it, you will see it. So that is what I'm trying to see, the message I'm trying to pass. Bringing somebody down with your mouth is not a flex. Words will haunt people for years, for months, for decades. Like, I don't even know how to say this, but when God dropped this topic in my heart, I felt guilty as charged, because a lot of the time I would speak directly to people. I would talk directly to people, and a lot of times my word may be factual, may be true, but it has hurt a lot. It may have hurt somebody. So the word of God is saying to us that we should refrain from using our mouths to do harm to people. That mouth is meant for you to bless. We said the Bible made us understand that our body is the temple of God. Therefore, everything that comes out from our body, everything that comes out from our mouth should be blessing. Should be things that would refine, should be things that would improve, should be things that will infect, I mean, in a very positive way. And it's not something that is easy, because the body is carnal, the body is hungry, the flesh is hungry, and a lot of time we want to boost. I don't know what we're trying to boost, but we want to boost ourselves by talking down on somebody. We want to boost ourselves by putting people in their place. And I believe that you can put people in their place by helping them change. You can put people in their place by infecting change positively, if that makes sense. So I was going through the Bible again, and the Bible made us to understand that we should put away our mouth. We should put ourselves away from a pervert mouth and a forward mouth. Because if you find yourself in the congregation or in the midst of people that have such mouth, it's just like in the church when we're trying to move forward with something, and you will just hear people say, I beg, you know, make, you know, mean, you know, mean. I beg, what are you even saying? It's not going to work. I mean, this is something you've not even tried. This is something you've not even prayed about. But somebody in our midst, will just say, it's not going to work. Don't even try it. I beg, it's not going to work. Don't put your effort in. Those mouths, the Bible consider them to be a forward mouth. And the Bible advises us that we should stay clear from those mouths. That if they're talking about moving forward, those mouths are there to murmur, to complain. Somebody said something. I really respect the girl. I can't even remember her name. She said that if your mouth is not going to bring solution, keep it to yourself. I mean, there are times when we need to complain. There are times when it seems impossible that there is no solution. That fact has been highlighted, obviously. But you highlighting it with your mouth over and over again, it just shows that you're stunned. It just shows you're not ready to grow. So a mouth should always bring solution. We should not be among those people that would say, it's never going to work, or people should just crap it out. I, for one, I said something like that recently when I felt like it was too much for us to handle. It's still too much for us to handle. But God has made our mouths a mouth that will speak forth, that will manifest. Even when it seems impossible, it seems like it's not going to happen. But our mouth should not be such a mouth that would say such. I remember in the Bible when Moses told some people among the children of Israel when they were still in the wilderness that they should go and check and peep in the promised land. And some of them came back with bad results. And the way the Bible described those people, it described them as people without wisdom. It described them as people that do not have understanding. But the men of God who stood firm and proclaimed that the God who brought them out of the land of Egypt will bring them and will make them overcome whatever giant, whatever army that was surrounding that country that God wanted them to pass, or that God wanted them to inhabit. So it's just when you read the Bible, you will just understand that sometimes we do that you cannot understand the Bible with a carnal mind. So you have to let go of all those carnality. You have to let go of all those sentiments. I encountered the man of God. I was speaking to my mom that I really want to get this man talk. I want to worship with this man. So yes, I went for a program recently and I heard the man speak. And he said something about sentiment and how sentiment can affect our decision. Even yesterday when I was speaking to my mom, I told my mom that emotions is something that makes a person, but emotions a lot of the time can be wrong. So, in understanding the word of God and in speaking right and in saying the right words, you need to remove sentiment a lot of the times. You need to let go of some emotions because we are emotional beings. That is 100% true. But the word of God is there to set us in the right path, to control those emotions because emotions are not always right. So after the word of God advised us that we should stay away from a forward mouth and a perverse mouth, he made us to understand that a perverse mouth is a lips that lie. In the book of Psalm 52, verse 2 to 4, the Bible describes what a forward mouth is, and you would now understand why God says you should stay away from such mouth. Because even a mouth that speaks too much, that speaks without control, is a mouth that will lie, is a mouth that will bear false witness. And that is why when I titled the topic, I said it can break or it can make. The words of our mouths can cripple a nation. When the Bible describes an individual as a nation, we try to beat that down. But if you check, if you study, you understand that a man represents a nation. So on today's topic, I pray that God give us the spirit to control our mouth. I pray that God gives us the spirit to understand and to process right. I pray that God would help us keep our emotions in check. I pray that God give us the gift to speak and to bless. Because when you read in the Bible, you see that the mouth is what Jacob used to bless his sons. The mouth was what Abraham used to bless his son. And there's a place in the Bible that said, may the words of our mouths and the meditations of our hearts. You understand? So the mouth is really powerful. So let us try to proclaim and let us try to bless with our mouth. It's a lot of time, a lot of temptation or can come and you will want to flex. Your mouth is not meant to, your mouth is not used. God did not give you your mouth for you to flex. God give you your mouth to manifest beautiful things in your life, to manifest powerful things. When you hear the things the prophet of God did in the Bible with their mouth, you begin to say, why am I downplaying the mouth that God gave to me? Do you understand what I'm saying? So on this topic, as God has dropped it in my heart, I am yet to say that our mouth is blessed. that the things that comes out from our mouth is blessed. Our mouth begin to manifest good and amazing things for us in the work year we're about to enter, 2025. God bless our mouth. And I pray that our mouth will lead us into a table of kings and not into a table of and not into the table of low men. That God will make us to stand before kings, and God will cause us to understand and speak right. So, guys, that is all I have to say on today's topic. Don't forget to stream those podcasts on Anchor, Spotify, and on YouTube. Yes, guys, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. And I still have a video. I keep saying this. Yes, a video will definitely drop before the end of this year. While we are at it, let's not forget to follow me across all social media platforms at Oluchi on Instagram, on S formerly Twitter, on Facebook. We also have a podcast page, AWR_podcast. Like I always say, let's spread love with our mouth. Let's spread love because God is love. Love is God. Have an amazing week. Bye, guys.